Hey Storytime friends! Welcome to Sid's Storytime. My name is Shelby Orr. I'm with the Sid Richardson Museum, and while we're all at home, I'm so excited to bring you stories every week. Normally this is a program that you would come to the gallery in our museum and we would read a story in our gallery and then do an activity, but since we can't do that right now, I'd love to bring you this program online, and stay tuned because I'm going to have an activity for you that you can do at home. So today I'm going to be reading A Camping Spree with Mr. Magee, and it's by Chris Van Dusen. And the words are written by Chris Van Dusen, and he also illustrated it. So the illustrator is the person who draws the pictures for the story. And on the cover, I see this man right here and his dog, and he's inside a camper or a trailer that you can sleep in and live in when you are out in the wilderness. So a camping spree with Mr. Magee, and they look like they're having fun, but oh, that owl looks really frightened, and that raccoon down there looks like he's scared too. And oh my goodness, that trailer is not connected to anything. It looks like it's run away. And on the back, I see a very curious looking bear right here, a black bear. I'm excited about this story. One of the reasons I chose it is because one of the artists in our collection, Frederick Remington, loves the great outdoors, and he was an avid camper himself. So let's get started. Alrighty, cover page here. Oh gosh, yes, you can see a little preview. That camper is running away. Okay. Early one morning at 7:03, Mr. Magee and his little dog Dee packed up the camper and hitched up the load, hopped on the Rambler, and then hit the road. They drove to the mountains, far from the sea, for 2 nights of camping, or possibly 3. Here we go. Mr. Magee is his ice chest and all of his picnic baskets, and the doggy here, Dee, has got his bowl, so he's helping too. And look, you see the camper is attached to his convertible car. Man, it's sunny, looks beautiful outside. There's nothing like camping, said Mr. Magee. I know you'll love it, just you wait and see. The views are fantastic, there's hardly a sound. Aside from the wildlife, there's no one around. The air is so sweet, you'll sleep like a log, said Mr. Magee to his small spotted dog. They look so excited. With this winding road, open air, you can almost smell the trees. A few hours later, they took a sharp right and found a great spot to lay camp for the night. It was high on a hill with a beautiful view of Mount Adams, Mount Lincoln, and Jefferson too. But perhaps the most wonderful feature of all was the brook that ran over a steep waterfall. Yep, they found a perfect spot, and just in time too. It looks like the sun is setting. And there's the brook, and look, there's the waterfall right there. Dee gathered pine cones and branches and logs. Magee made a campfire and cooked some hot dogs. And as the sun set behind far distant knolls, they sat roasting marshmallows over the coals. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm outside over a campfire, roasting marshmallows. They look like they're having a wonderful time. As the embers went out, they felt tired and dozy, so they climbed in their bunk beds all comfy and cozy. But while they were falling asleep without care, along came a stumbling, bumbling bear. A kindly old bear whose sight wasn't so clear. He couldn't see far and he couldn't see near, but he could smell marshmallows, sticky and sweet. This smell made him hungry. He wanted a treat. So they made a mistake. Look what they left out in their campfire. Right here, they left their marshmallows out. See that, Jack? The marshmallows out, and there comes the clumsy old bear who can't see anything, but he can definitely smell a snack. He sniffed out the place where the marshmallows lay, but the car and the camper were in the bear's way. Yet that didn't stop that sneaky old snitch. He simply tried squeezing right under the hitch. And as he was shimmying into the gap, he pushed up the hitch which let go with a snap. Now the hitch is how the trailer connects to the car. So the car was on park, but now guess what's going to happen to the trailer? Can you make a prediction? Now the camper and the car were untied. They started to roll down the rocky hillside. The car bounced away on the old logging road while the camper was heading to where the stream flowed. It flew down the hill in a wild, bumpy ride with Dee and Magee sleeping soundly inside. Oh my goodness. They are sound asleep. Whew, I think I would have woken up. Here comes crashing down that old road, and look where they're headed. They were snoring and snoozing, enjoying a dream, when splash went the camper right into the stream. Oh my goodness, they are in trouble. The splash shook the camper. They bumped out of bed. Now what in the world was that? Magee said. And when he looked out and saw where they were, his hair stood on end, and so did Dee's fur. They were caught in the rapids, but that wasn't all. They were headed smack dab for that big waterfall. Oh. Dee and Magee both started to quiver as faster and faster they headed down river. But just when they thought they'd fall over the edge, oh no, what's gonna happen? Their camper got stuck on a rock at the ledge. So there they were, stranded, Magee and his pup, on the top of the waterfall 50 feet up. I don't know about you, but that would be scary. Here they go, they're looking over the edge. Whew. Meanwhile, that nearsighted bear from before was searching for one little marshmallow more, when lo and behold, as if out of a dream, he spied something sweet floating over the stream. But what the bear thought was a marshmallow treat was really the hitch and not something to eat. So down here, the hitch that he undid earlier, he thought it was a marshmallow, so he's gonna go for another snack. Lucky for Mr. Magee and Dee. The bear was determined to capture his prize, so he jumped in the water right up to his thighs. He splashed through the stream to the edge of the fall and snatched up the trailer hitch, camper and all. He looks happy. And there's Mr. Magee and Dee. Dee looks relieved. Dee felt a tug. Magee heard a knock as the bear pulled the camper right off of the rock. He dragged them both all the way back to the bank when he realized the hitch was not sweet, but quite rank. He spit out the hitch and left in dismay while Magee and Dee's camper again rolled away. It flew down the path with a jolt and a jar. Well, at least they're out of the water though, right? Oh my goodness. Here we go again. And stopped in some bushes right next to the car. Dee popped her head out. Magee looked out too. Had they really stopped rolling? Could it be true? At last things were quiet and peaceful and still. They hooked up the hitch and drove off the hill. And on the way home, Magee said to Dee, "That trip wasn't quite like I thought it would be." So when they got home, with the sky turning red, they decided to camp in the backyard instead. The end. And there, Mr. Magee and Dee are now roasting marshmallows in the safety of their backyard. Camper though, yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. I would love to know what you're reading at home if you want to comment below, or if you have a request for us for Sid's Storytime online. And remember, be sure to stay tuned for the activity at the end of this video. All right, everybody, see you next time.